Okay, so now, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. We are going to start our session now. I will share the screen and we are going to do chapter 2. And before we begin, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Allahumma اللهم إني أسألك علما نافعا وعملا متقبلا ورزقا طيبا. So the dua here is, inshallah, whatever we read, whatever we learn, may Allah make it beneficial. May Allah open our chest for understanding and make it easy for us to apply. Ameen. So here we are beginning chapter 2. I just, any one of you can please start reading. I will just need one minute. I will be back soon. Can anyone start reading, please?
Okay, Assalamu alaikum, sister. I went through the chapter, so you asked me the question, right? Okay. You want me to go through that, or?
Yes, brother, if you can start reading here, I'll be back in a minute.
All right. Okay. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Understanding ourselves. The way parents discipline is influenced by their personalities, level of education, cultural values, lived experience, and emotional responsibilities. Before we can implement positive discipline, we must have a deep understanding of ourselves as parent. Are there different ways of parenting? How do we people decide how to parent? What is parenting style? In this chapter, we highlight observation by social scientists explaining some of the current parenting trends. We also share our own observations of parenting practices found in Muslims' home.
Jazakallah khair, brother. So basically, as we were, I remember last time we had a discussion when we were doing all this reading. Some sister just pointed out, like, it appears like parenting lots of work on yourselves. So here, this chapter, like, we are beginning from understanding ourselves. First, we will understand what, because we are just doing parenting without knowing that we are not reading the theory and then doing the parenting. We are doing the parenting, and now we will see what is the style we are fitting in, and maybe we need to change something. And of course, we will see what is in congruence with Islamic knowledge, Islamic teachings. Are we doing the same, and where we should be changing ourselves? So here we are, friends in parenting. Do you want to continue, Brother Muhammad?
Yeah, I do. I have a plan as well, sister.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
What I did was because you
Mm-hmm.
asked us to read
Mm-hmm.
understanding ourselves,
Yes.
which I did that. And after I
Alhamdulillah.
actually went through that, I actually reflect upon myself and
Mm-hmm.
see what sort of thing that we can actually propose to our family, and also like to actually share with you. And also, I also check out the because we living in Western country, okay. So
Mm-hmm.
every country has a certain set of rule that we're supposed to actually follow, right?
Yes.
So we sometimes living in a bubble, right? So we Islamic environment, we may be thinking, okay, we're not able to actually live in according to Western rule or law. Here we have a children act 1989. So I just have some framework how we can. When you actually study, we need to put it in our practice and help others, so that it will be a comprehensive, course,
Mm-hmm.
isn't it? Rather
Mm-hmm.
than just
Yeah, this is a
reading.
very good idea. Yes.
And I have actually also, with your guidance and help, I would like to actually contribute to a book as well. If not, everybody can contribute for a book after this one, because
Mm-hmm.
I have actually found out what is the lack in our society now. What sort
Yeah.
of book, what sort of tool that would really help us to
Hmm.
shape our family, etc. So have a little bit of plan. I actually made a plan. I would like to share with you and your advice and etc. If we actually work together, I would like to actually contribute to a book, so that that's what my intention is. But if Allah permits, I'd like to actually
Inshallah.
come up
Hmm.
with some idea. So when I actually went through these ourselves and etc. So I have my experience and practice professional capacity as well. I would like to share. So these are things that if we actually want to go through the textbook, we can actually do that. Anything that we have actually, set of, if you have problem, if you find
Mm-hmm.
solution how to fix the problem,
Yes, yes.
that will be the comprehensive, way of approaching, isn't it? Right.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
sometimes you read a text. Yes, I also do that. We can read and understand, and if we
Mm-hmm.
don't have actually implement or actually experience what we
Mm.
the reading, and not kind of giving a kind of reflection, isn't it? That's
Mm.
my point really.
Yes, yes, you are very right. This is a very good idea, and I really appreciate this all, what you have contributed. I think that's amazing. What do you think, sisters? Like, I really like this thing. We are so glad for this, Brother Muhammad. Like, you are really contributing in a very, very positive way and practical way, I would say, not just reading the theory. So yes, I think we can definitely go ahead like this, and after reading and the way you are saying, thinking of how to do something for our society and our own children.
If you allow
Um,
me,
mhm,
sister, I would like
mhm,
to actually elaborate what I'm talking about. If the other sister may not be in a position to understand me, I would like to elaborate what I'm talking about.
mhm.
It may be within five
Yeah,
minutes
sure.
or
If you
minutes.
want, if you want to show something or anything, I can allow you to share, or maybe you can just want to, for now, discuss.
Yeah, yeah. If you want me to do that, but after finishing the reading, we can do that as well. So, it is entirely up to you, sister. Please.
Hmm, hmm. Yes, I think, yes, maybe perhaps we can do a little bit read.
Yeah,
Huh? We do a little bit read, and then we come to the whole plan of yours.
yeah,
Hmm? Okay,
yeah. You
inshallah.
want you want me to read?
Yes, please, if you can.
Yeah, trends in parenting. The past century has been various historical trends in parenting practices and philosophies in the US. Halbert 2004 explained that from the 1920s to 1940s, psychologists like John Watson encouraged a hands-off approach to raising children with little nurturing or physical contact. Mothers were discouraged from cuddling their children from fear of spoiling and creating weak American children. I'm sorry, creating weak American children. After World War II, mothers were encouraged to trust their instincts by pediatricians like Benjamin Spock, who suggested parents be more flexible and affectionate with their
Children.
children. Correct, yeah. He encouraged parents to treat children as individuals, which was a direct conflict with what the previous generation has been advised about parenting. Would you like to explain, or is that okay, sister, to continue?
Yeah, I think continue until the end over
Okay.
here, maybe, and then
Okay,
we
that's
will
it.
discuss,
Okay.
inshallah.
By the 1970s, families had various choices and were making their own parenting decision depending on what the best suited their families. Some families choose for both parents to work outside the home, and some children were sent to daycare or had
Caregivers.
caregivers other than their own parents. In the 1990s, pediatrician William C.S. became a proponent of attachment parenting, which encouraged parents to be their child's primary carer in order to strengthen the emotional bond between parents and children. Then 2000 was a do-it-yourself era where parents sought to do the best for their children by doing it on their own. Parents did not trust institutions and experts and relied on their own instincts. Families increasingly chose home births, um, homemade, homemade pesticide-free baby food, homeschooling, and ensuring their child's success by enrolling in activities like music lessons, sports, or academic tutoring. The current phenomenon is parenting include um, buzzwords like helicopter parenting, tiger mode parenting, and most recently, growth minded and mindful parenting. Today, many parents are left feeling confused and filled with anxiety as the pendulum of parenting trends swing in reaction to the previous generation's parenting style. In
Jazakallah
American
khair.
Muslim, oh yeah,
I think, yeah, because it's been too much, I guess, of information, perhaps we can pause here for a bit and discuss. I would like to invite the reflections. Anyone who would like to say anything? I would like to see, okay, the messages as well. Um, okay, sisters, Musfarat and Hasna is saying to brother Muhammad, like, amazing idea, subhanallah, amazing practical ideas. Um, okay, sister Hasna is saying she's late, no worries, sisters. Walaikum assalam, we're glad to have you. Any reflections from anyone? So we have seen like how the life keeps on changing for the parents, and it is of course mostly governed by the environment. We see like how, during the times of the world wars, because in the world wars you need like soldiers and army and stuff like this, so automatic mindset changes to raising the strong children, and then the idea of too much cuddling or too much gentleness will spoil them, and they won't be strong enough to face the enemy maybe or stuff like this. And then we see how the things change and people stop relying on the institutions, but at the same time I would say getting too much, like parents started getting too much on themselves and starting doing everything alone, which of course give rise to the terms like helicopter parenting and then tiger mom sort of things. Husna is saying there's a lot of pressure on parents now. I believe there is definitely lots of pressure on parents. One thing is definitely knowledge overload or overwhelm, I would say, because now everything is so accessible on the internet. Like you can read this, you can read that, and then you can get very overwhelmed very easily. And I think last week there was we did a post on the Instagram. If you haven't seen, I will try and send on the group as well, about high achieving mom. So how you just start to seeing so many things and take a list. Perhaps your child should be going to, swimming, the horse riding club, the karate club, and then they should be studying best, and then Islamic knowledge in Arabic and Quran and memorization. And the stuff is you are taking all this stuff and you're getting overwhelmed and perhaps causing more damage than a good. So the balance is the key. Um, Anyone would like to say anything, or should we read here in American Muslim community?
yeah. You want me to read?
Yes, brother.
Yeah. In the American Muslim community, we found that parenting practices are not only impacted by parenting trends, but also differ by changing personal, social, and cultural norms. Some American Muslims parents, in alignment with or contrary with the contrary to how their own parents raised them, while still others parents based on expectation of their culture,
Age.
community, and relatives. Some immigration parents, some immigrant parents find parenting practices in their home country do not translate well in the US, and so create a hybrid style. Some homes consist of multi generation families living together, where elders act as a co-parents with their own style. Ahmed 2011 found that some American Muslims converts change their parenting practice altogether, steering away from how they were raised and altering their family traditions and rituals. These various approaches all highlights that parenting practices are diverse within each Muslim community, both geographically and ethnically. The family, however, is central regardless of style in Muslim home.
Jazakallah khair, brother. So yes, like of course the authors are from the US, so that's why they have created this. Most of their studies, their clients were from the US, and this is how they make it. But we can see here in the UK as well, and most of the Western parts, and perhaps in the Eastern world like Pakistan, Bangladesh, India, and all these countries, because the times are changing, and because of like how connected you are globally with the world now. So the things are not the same. People are getting the knowledge as well. So it's like an again I would say sort of overwhelm and confusion at the same time. Those who have been living in the joint family systems, they I think they suffer a lot, and because they now understand it differently, and the culture says something else, and the parents and grandparents are not willing to change that much. But regardless, the last statement is very important. The family is central regardless of the style in Muslim homes. So whether you are being strict on a child to make them respect their parents or the elders, or whether you are gently doing it, you want the same outcome. You want the respect for the family. You want the 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 main ethics and the values to be incorporated. And this is very beautiful. Like if we look into the Muslim Ummah, like as a wider from the wider lens, there's a Muslim Ummah, and then if you have a microscope and you are just zooming, so everything starts from the household. So father is like a kawam in the household, the leader, the khalifa of the house, and how he guides his children and the wife, and how they take, and from the family starts the small household, it starts the community, and then the cities, and then countries, and the world. So it actually like everything starts from the family. And how you are going to, like I always say, make Muslim leaders like stand up and be courageous, it all starts from home. Like with the Jew area, we were having discussion of how it is very tough to handle your strong-willed child, and when they're saying something to you, just nurturing them gently, and letting them letting them be themselves, because one day they are not 5 year old anymore, one day will be 20 and then 30, and they might need to lead the community and then the ummah. So where these courageous leaders will come from? Of course from the home. So if you are going to snub your children at home, and they are not even allowed to speak, they are not even allowed to show up, then we cannot really expect them to do the same when they have not been this training throughout their life up to like 10, 15 years. And then when they're 20, you want them to be serving in the community as leaders, and then more so in the ummah. So I don't think so this is possible once you're not giving them this space in your little household. What do you think? So the messages here says, Krishna is saying 100%. I love that we are thinking ahead for our strong-willed children. Yes, these children are like very precious, very difficult to handle and very difficult to raise. We need lots of. Kid is having a meltdown. I have to listen recording. It's okay. Jiviri has to go. Brother Muhammad is saying, what sort of pressure you mean to say? Is it manageable? Do you have any solution to address the pressure? Yeah. So what are the sort of pressures we're talking about on the parents, on the mothers, I would say specifically? What I have seen throughout my like dealing with the parents and in my own life as well, the main thing I would say is, I always say to everyone, if you want like healthy family, healthy children, healthy in some terms of emotionally, mentally, and psychologically as well, give a support to mother. I think the main thing is mother needs a support. She doesn't have to do everything alone. She doesn't have to take all burden on her. And if she asks for help, give her the help. And also more so, the help is not yet like I have seen most husbands now, alhamdulillah, they are more into like they do help in the house chores, doing the laundry maybe or dishes and everything, um, which is very good and appreciable. the next step would be to be sharing the mental load as well. The mental load in a mother's brain of planning and doing everything on by herself should be shared as well. I have started to provide my children the space to speak. Subhanallah, tough one because you need to be boundaries and make sure it doesn't give off disrespectful vibes. Yes. Also, following out our Prophet ﷺ footstep solves most of, if not all, problem. Definitely, definitely. I would still say most of the problems. Yes, because nowadays, every time I come across some conflict or anything, I go back to the Quran and Sunnah, and I always think, no, this is not the way we should be dealing. So it's very, I would say we have a blueprint already. We just have to follow it. We have everything in our hands. We are just in terms of like the way of the culture, the cultural things overpowered us, and that's why we're unable to think from another lens. Because again, it comes like disrespectful. And sometimes I used to really think, and something which my children has done, and I feel like so much as disrespectful for me, and but when I sit down and just think, I feel like it is not as much as the embedded into my brain, like this is disrespect. And even more so when I compare those children with adults, then I see all the time around us, adults are doing something and we are giving them the maybe this grace of forgiving. Okay, that's fine. My husband just did not have a good time. He was stressed because of work. My wife was, too much overburdened. That's why she just shouted. That's fine. So we are giving this grace to adults, which is good. But why we're not giving to our children? This is what I was feeling very, problematic. They also deserve the one who have underdeveloped brain deserve more grace than anyone else. So yeah, what do you think here? Hmm.
Mm,
Mr.
let me
Fatma,
say
just
something. Right? It's just, yeah, I agree with you. I do agree with you because when we were young, actually, we had the grandparents and aunties, uncle around the house. So actually, I can remember I didn't do nothing at home. To be honest, I
hmm,
did nothing,
hmm,
and even my siblings are like that. And it has
hmm,
been done. No idea how who washed the clothes, who cleaned the house. No idea. It has been
hmm,
done.
hmm,
Now, when I'm here, when we are here, and we expect our kids to do things.
hmm,
Actually, it's not in a way. Actually, they also go to school. They are coming late, and they have their exams. They have the preparation. They have the etc. And so, when I think that way, it is really unfair to give this
hmm,
pressure on the kids and expect them to do certain tasks, saying that, "Oh, you have to help me."
hmm,
Certain times we need as parents, we need definitely the support, and
hmm,
I do agree. They should be supporting us, helping us with us. But with the time being, what I noticed, I like to be honest here,
hmm.
that it is kind of a burden for them. Like you must do it. It's your
Yes,
duty. Like
yes.
I disagree in a way because actually it's not their duty. It's like I take example, when I getting the visitors, I prefer
Hmm,
them to tidy up the place because they think that actually with the time being they get tired of the visitors, whoever comes in
hmm,
the house. It
hmm,
doesn't not because they don't like the people, because they have to do this task. I have to finish in 1 hour, 2 hour, or the weekend that I have, I have to tidy up and finish this thing. I need a
hmm,
break from everything. I don't want to keep on doing some task anyway. So
hmm,
it's like we need their support and same time as you said, no, we shouldn't forget we were in with Pakistan, India, Sri Lanka, and we always had the family background. We had the support, and we were running around, playing around, and we had this wonderful time. And unfortunately, our kids are pressure with everything.
hmm. Yeah,
So
you're right, Sister Fatma. Yeah, I really appreciate your reflection here. Very honest reflections. That's the truth. And as I always say, like we are trying our best, and the main aim is to, just in whatever capacity we can, let's start the change, and little by little from our next generation, and then further on, inshallah. At least, I'll be satisfied. I have put forward some of the efforts, which is leading to something, inshallah, because we all are here to play our role, play our part in whatever capacity we can. I cannot just sit now because I can see nothing is changing. I must play my part and then make dua, lots of dua. Inshallah, the life of generations upcoming will change. Inshallah, people will realize. Inshallah. Why I have stopped sharing the screen now is because I think we also like sort of towards the end. So I would like to ask Brother Muhammad if he wants to now share something. We can start from the parenting styles next time. Sister Husna is saying, Subhanallah, we are all going to accountable for our own actions. Definitely. Yeah, definitely, inshallah. So parenting styles, we can start from next time. And I would like to invite Brother Muhammad to discuss his ideas or whatever he had in mind. And because this is all being recorded, so that's good. It will be in the recording and people can see later on. And then we all can, inshallah, contribute. Yes, Brother Muhammad.
Jazakallah khair, sister. Okay, what I actually gathered after reading these parenting styles, because according to the Diana, they have actually said three things. First one is authoritarian style, permission style, and other one is authoritative style. So what we can actually, as Muslim parents, we can actually understand, as there's a famous hadith in Islam, every person is considered a shepherd over something, and Allah will caution each person about the responsibility they were given. If we all understand, bringing up children, it is
Mm,
an amana,
yeah.
right? Okay, Allah will test you, but Allah says your family, your children, your assets, everything is a test, right? See that I have been given a child may be suffering from autism, right? It's not
Mm,
very easy to actually bring the child up, okay? Or maybe sometime the children actually got some maybe some mental issue is not apparent, right? But
mm,
every time we actually deal with the child, I mean, look, other child is listening. Why this child is not listening? We don't have the knowledge and the knowledge to be able to actually tackle that type of person. I mean, child. So what
yeah.
we normally do, we normally actually deal with the like generally with that particular child. So
Mm,
that particular child will actually test our patience. So if we don't
mm,
have patience, what we normally do, we normally get angry, right? So
yeah,
we
yeah.
must have sabur. Sabur is the greatest amal. So if we can understand that and work according the child, according to the ability, and we assess, and we have also have to actually get some kind of what do you call advice from psychologist point of view. And if we assess that, we should be able to the parent the particular child very well, and they will be very close. So like for example, if I set boundary by myself, it's easy for me to actually stick with that, the boundary.
Mm,
If say parents or for somebody else put a boundary for me, I don't care, because you know what? I always think, look, because I don't like you to be telling me off. And if in parents say, oh, I don't like this. But if I say, look, if you actually share with the child and say, look, what do you think about? What do you think we can actually do that? And if we get that idea from the child and the boundary comes from him, it will be easy for the child to actually do that. So therefore, Islamic parenting, I think we have our religion is a complete religion. So if we can actually understand and put it in practice, and it really will be helpful for us to actually work on that, because we will be taking primary responsibility about our child, but not local authority, not government, not any third
mm,
professional who will be interested in our child than us. So maybe the way I actually approach my child is different from what they are thinking. And because you know what, if you actually give me the support, because it is a teamwork, yeah,
mm,
maybe I may not be able to actually work a good parenting because I have lack of knowledge, right?
mm,
If you professionally actually assess my child and say this is how you do, and give me
mm,
some parental course, then I'll be fully equipped to be able to actually provide that service to my child, which is an amal.
mm,
So
mm,
most of the parents, what we are struggling here, like we think is the pressure, like when the child is coming home, and if we want to say something, we know the child is not going to, because we need to first understand child psychology aspect of it. How we have to read the
Mm,
child's mind before we tell something. You know, sometimes when
mm,
child, when the mood is good, we don't need to tell them they are perfect. They do everything. But when the
mm,
mood is good, because sometimes the child come home from school with so much pressure. Yeah, maybe peer pressure. They don't want to discuss with you. Maybe
mm,
it's, start with teachers. They may be telling something. The child doesn't want to actually come and talk with the home. Maybe the child is bullied home. We don't know anything about when you come home. Okay, what did you learn? What did you study in there? Okay, come, go and put your thing clothes properly and come and do this work. We're always
mm,
telling them without really understanding what has happened. We really don't, because child always when they come home, they're scared to actually share things because they know what sort of response they are going to get from us. So
mm,
therefore, I think we have to actually understand the child point of view and work with them, and we will be the best parent. And we don't need anybody telling us how we actually should bring our children. This is my kind suggestion. If you need to add or anything, please
mhm,
ask. We can actually discuss about it.
mm. Yeah, this is very beautiful. What I understand from your discussion is basically we should have a course, like a parenting course for parents, for them to help their understand their child. Am I getting it right?
Indeed, yeah, yeah.
Yes, yes. So that's a
like
very good.
like we have actually, sorry sister, we have actually read that here, because they two types of thing, because initially the parent did not like the institution because they think, okay, always suspect the institution like local authority and government, they're not going to
Mm,
help. Over time, right, it's a kind of attractive method, and then
mm,
parent think, okay, we can do that. But when the institution was not in a position to understand the children perspective
mm,
and misunderstand the parents, that's when the problem comes in. So
mm,
therefore we should be better prepared, right, before anybody
mm.
approaches you. And you should have some sort of, say that,
Knowledge.
if
Yeah.
knowledge, not only that, even a professional, the advice, if you have in writing, that would be
Mm,
good. This child has suffering from something, you know what, you put that, and look, you have to. And then when the child complains about the parents in the school, they have to understand the child has got some problem, you know without that,
mm,
what they will normally do is, okay, this coming under section 47 of 1989 Children Act. So they
mm,
have the duty to protect the child. So
mm,
they're going to be easily misinterpreted and misunderstood.
mm. Yeah, I can really understand this thing because in the UK the way the laws work and they involve the social worker and all this, and again saying the same statements like they have duty to protect the child and they are looking after the child. I get your point completely. So something for parents, like they are able to understand and they have this guidance from, like as you said, professional advice. So is this right, Brother Muhammad?
Yeah, indeed, that's right. Yeah, yeah.
Yes, yes. So that's a very good suggestion, and I think we can work on this. And sisters, do you want to do any reflection on this? Any sort of feedback on what Brother Muhammad is saying? If anyone can write on the chat, or anyone wants to say anything. Brother Muhammad, can I also request you to, because some people do not join us live, and if you can write this in the group, your
uh,
suggestion, if
oh,
possible, or maybe voice message or anything which is easy for you.
okay. I'm going to go to the prayer now. So
No,
sorry,
not now.
but I will
Whenever,
I will do that. Yeah, I will do that.
when,
That's fine.
hmm,
Yeah,
whenever
yeah.
possible, because I want more people to read and understand this your suggestion, and
Mhm.
then let's see what they say. And I would definitely, inshallah, I think we can do
Yeah,
something like
because
this.
my point is proactive rather than reactive. You understand me?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes, yes.
it's fully right. And because
Mm-hmm.
it is by, like I said, amana, it's amal as well. You need to know how to actually bring up our children. We all love our children, right? There's no
Mm-hmm.
question. Any parents will hate their children, right?
Yeah, yeah,
But
no.
we will, maybe the way they will address the child, because if there is a mistake done, like you clearly explained last session, you know,
Mm.
you need to use that opportunity to correct the child rather than punishing the child, isn't it? So then
Mm-hmm.
use that opportunity, because Allah given the opportunity for you to correct yourself, learn the lesson, and then explain to the child, so that next time the child will not do the same, isn't it? So
Yes.
spilling water or milk or anything like that, right? Use an
Mm-hmm.
opportunity to correct them rather than punishing them, you know.
Yes,
And
yes.
then
And
they will open up with you when you go to school or anything. Third party, sometimes the children, they're not close with parents, they're close with their friends, and then third party or maybe somebody else, and maybe online
mm,
people, you know, the
yes,
online. I try to be a nice person online. Oh, don't worry, your parents are, you know, they are not really good people, they're hating you, don't worry, we are here to help you. But child, okay, maybe look at the way they talk. Yeah,
yes,
that's when the
definitely.
child has said, look, that real love is not from the parents, from but the parents, we sometimes keep the love inside and we can't actually demonstrate outside. The children misunderstood us.
Mm. No, I really, really appreciate this idea of sure that that's like very needed, especially in today's world where, as you said, like it's not just the child has to go outside the home and meet someone and um, seek their, sincerity. It's just available now online. Everything is online, and more so, AI is here now, and we all know. In the very first session, I discussed about, and then I shared this as well. Article which was about a 14-year child who did suicide after being um, I would say not advised by ChatGPT. It was more like guided. The ChatGPT guided the boy over the months to the point of suicide. The world is scary, and yes, parents do need to understand a child, be the first place to guide them before anyone else do this. I really appreciate Brother Muhammad. I really value your presence and all this guidance and this gems coming from you. So please, whenever you have a time, if you can write something in the group, and we all can discuss there, and we can definitely plan something, inshallah.
Jazakallah khair, sister. Jazakallah khair.
Anyone wants to say anything before we just wrap up? Sisters are really appreciating in the chat your ideas, brother. And they are saying that's very good and we should be doing something. A written idea and suggestion would be great, brother. Great reminders. So inshallah, brother will write whenever he will, inshallah, have a time. Okay, so Jazakallah khair for attending, whoever can attend and whoever can participate in the chat or by just speaking out. And I really appreciate, inshallah, we will do our section next Sunday as well. And we will also discuss about Brother Muhammad's ideas. I really appreciate your presence. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa
Jazakallah khair.
barakatuh. Wa
Yeah, thank
ijakum.
you. Bye.
Ameen. May Allah bless all of us.
Amen.